On this day, July 23, 2021, a 2-year saga has come to its close. Jadon Sancho has signed for Manchester United, and we have been linked to this dude for the longest of time actually, like for probably 2 or probably 2.5 years. And yeah, in the last hour and so, Jadon Sancho has signed no, he is signed for Manchester United already, but it's official now. Is me, but the unveiling is about to take place, so we don't know what kit number is going to be. But right now, it's safe to say that Jadon Sancho is a Manchester United player. Now, my notifications, man, people are just going live. Jadon Sancho is here. Jadon Sancho is here. I guess I'm in the mix right now because I'm doing a video based on Jadon Sancho being here. But yeah, this is a dude that we signed from Dortmund who is a very good player. I've seen him played for Dortmund a few times, especially in the Champions League. Like I told some of you guys already, I do not watch the Bundesliga. I don't have any motivation to, because I don't think it's in the same lane in terms of competitiveness in regarding to the Premier League. It's a mismatch on paper, and the football is slower in the Bundesliga. So this is somewhat of a challenge for Jadon Sancho. He's English. He's from the suburbs of London, isn't it? So he's from the hood. He knows what's up. But in terms of him as a player, I'm pretty sure he's going to do well in the Premier League. I'm pretty sure he's going to do well in the Premier League. No, this dude hasn't even played a match for Manchester United, and I'm reading some comments on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter, where people are saying this dude is overrated. This dude, he's one of the three musketeers that missed the penalty in EuroLeague finals, and this dude is going to do the same in a vital situation, even in a final for Manchester United. If Man United is lucky to be in a final, because Man United is not the same club as they were under Sir Alex Ferguson. Bro, what's up? What's up with this negativity? I'm going to be speaking on negativity in this video podcast. It's going to be somewhat of a dichotomy, because in one breath I'm talking about the positivity, the celebration, the commemorations in welcoming Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. That's a good thing. But on the other hand, I'm speaking about the negativity in terms of comments from rival fans. Down about, man, Jadon Sancho, I don't know, because Alexis Sanchez came to Manchester United in winter of 2018. And ever since 2018, my man has been on a routine to self-destruction. He hasn't been the same player he was at Arsenal. He messed up his career leaving Arsenal. He's not been the same player since he left Arsenal. So I believe that the same thing that happened to Alexis Sanchez, excuse me, is going to be portrayed in the same lane as Jadon Sancho. Hey, there are two different managers. There are two different managers. At the time Alexis Sanchez came to Man United, Jose Mourinho was in reign at Manchester United. He was the big dog at Manchester United. He was the manager. This man, we're in second place. Now, we're not in a good place to win the Premier League, because the deficit between City and United was like probably 12 or 15 points. So it was done and dusted right there. And also, the football wasn't that appealing on the eyes. I think even Stevie Wonder could have seen that the football wasn't good. So it's not that the attacking players under Mourinho, including Alexis Sanchez, could profit from the football under Jose Mourinho. Again, that was pragmatic football. Pragmatic football. Isn't me? Now, with Jadon Sancho coming here, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being here, although I want him to be sacked. I've said that I'm going to link my video naming 5 reasons why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should be sacked from Manchester United. I'm going to leave the link in this corner or in this corner, but either way in this corner. But given that Ole is at United, he's more opening to allowing other players, young players, to embrace and do, express themselves on the ball, like Rashford, Martial, when he's playing is up in the air. But I'm gonna keep going in it because in my last two videos, bro, in 59 minutes there were only 14 planes that passed by. So I'm not even going to make this one hinder me. So even though Ole is not a great manager and I want him to be sacked, I still believe that players under him can benefit. I still believe that players under his renaissance overseen, I think players can really profit from that because again, we have Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, who is likely to leave. I'm going to speak on that in a few minutes. Rashford, Martial, Donny van de Beek. Donny van de Beek needs to be playing out of games this coming season. There's no need for Donny van de Beek to be on the bench. There's no need for Man United to be playing pragmatic, static, lethargic football. We have the players, we have quality players that we can utilize and use. Donny van de Beek, from my recollection, did not sign to be on the bench. That is not what a player signs up for. Isn't me? That's not what he signed up for. So it's better you play this dude or just sell him. No need to be having this dude rot and have a stench on the bench. It doesn't make any sense. So going back to Jadon Sancho, yes, man, my man is at Man United, man. I did a few research. I need to know the players that's coming to Manchester United. Yeah, like I say, he's from the suburbs of London, and his boyhood idol is Ronaldinho. Now, I've seen him played a few times in Champions League against PSG, I think against Barcelona, and he's shown tendencies of Ronaldinho. Now, I'm not saying he's a Ronaldinho clone type of player, but I'm saying when you're watching him on the ball, this dude is not as he's not a sprinter like a Sadio Mane or a Salah that just kick the ball in space and run after it. This dude can literally dribble. This dude has stickers to his toes and his feet. This is me. So this dude is not a pacey per se player, but in terms of his technical ability, his capabilities on the ball, it is this dude is very world class and runs his life. Check that out. Um, so yeah, man, with this dude coming at Manchester United, ending a 2 year saga, I'm very appreciative over this signing. But I have to mention this, bro. Yes, I know some of you guys are, bursting your champagnes and just fizzling over in the ear and everything, but I have to just mention this and listen to me closely. I don't care if you have all the best players in the world. You could have had a 2008 to 2012 Cristiano Ronaldo. You could have the best version of Lionel Messi. You could have Neymar. You could have the best players to ever grace football. But if you do not have an implemented system, if you don't have a style of play to portray and display on the pitch, then the players that is quote unquote the best players are going to look average. There needs to be an implemented system for the players to thrive in. Individual ability cannot cut the cake all of the time. Is me. You cannot depend on an individual player. That is very good, by the way, but if he's the only one in the mud, if he's the only algae or the red beautiful flower in that dirty dusty mud, and all the players around him are not as good as him, and he has to do the work for most of the time, that is not good. There needs to be a system where average players and other players thrive in, or quote unquote, for lack of a better term, look good. And I don't think Ole, hold on, I don't think Ole is tactically experienced to be doing so. Again, he has good players under his watch. Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Martial, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba if he stays, Donny van de Beek, Fred if he plays decent. Fred is a decent player, let's not forget that. But in terms of the system, playing a pragmatic system, he does look average. But again, if you have a system that benefits the front three or whatever the attacking lineup is for Man United, and the players behind him, like Bruno Fernandes, is benefiting. He's getting goals, he's getting assists, he's pinging passes and contributing, creating chances. Then that side is going to look good. But if you don't have a system and you have all these good players, I mean, good players are not going to look good in a not so good system. They're not going to look good. They're not going to look good. I mean, the Galacticos, as good as the Galacticos was, bro, there were players that needed to sacrifice and compromise in certain situations. Like you had Beckham, Figo, and Zidane. What the hell are you going to do with those who are attacking midfielders? One has to drop. One has to drop. One has to drop. And because one had to drop in an uncomfortable situation that they're not used to, that side did not win any trophies. The only trophy they won was the UCL in 2002, if not 2001. Valencia, Barcelona ran the show in the early 2000s. It's me. Real Madrid didn't win a league trophy since, in terms of the Galacticos era I'm speaking of, in the early 2000s, since probably 2005, if not 2006, 2007. And by then, some Galacticos were gone, like Figo went to Inter Milan and a few others. Zidane retired in 2006. So, you could have the best players on a football pitch. But if that side does not have an implemented system on the pitch, the players are going to look average, man. So it's good that we have Sancho. It's good that we're embracing, celebrating, commemorating the signing that is in line of Manchester United, having a youth player, a quality player, an English player. There needs to be a system that needs to be installed in the squad to get the best out of the players out of the squad. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. I mean, this dude hasn't even played for a game for Man United, and people are saying this dude is overrated. He missed the penalty in the Euro 2020. This dude is going to be a flop for Manchester. He's going to be the next Alexis Sanchez. He's going to be a big flop. What's with this negativity, bro? Not because your club failed to sign him doesn't mean you need to be throwing salt in Man United's game because they gained a quality player. You guys are hating, man. Hold on. You guys love to hate, man. Y'all need to stop it, bro. Y'all need to stop it. Last piece of I was quite not so heated debate about Bissaka because a lot of persons, particularly Man United fans, are not happy with the lack of development, the lack of enrichment from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. They're saying some persons are saying that, man, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, bro, yes, he's good in terms of slide tackling and making tackles, but aside from him making slide tackles, excuse my poor English, slide tackles and being defensively decent, what is he good? What does he offer on the ball? Personally saying this dude isn't going to make it to Manchester United. This dude is washed up. And this dude is not even 25 and people are talking about he's washed up. Man, but this dude is not, there's no room for him to improve. This dude is just, he's average and etc. I basically came in and said, yo, it's not Man United is not Wan-Bissaka's fault he signed for United signed him. It's not his fault. And even if United signed him, still he's a quality defender. He's still a quality defender. This dude is in his young 20s, in the youth of his 20s. He has time to develop his game. So I don't see why people are writing him off just like that, saying, man, this dude is one of the worst right backs ever graced football. How would you know that? You were watching football when it came out? Do you know what year football was invented? So how can you say that Wan-Bissaka is the worst right back to ever grace football? Have you seen all of the right backs that have played for football? In football, excuse my French. Like I told you guys, in the early morning, my tongue is not really up. It's still sleeping, so I'm kind of in a twisted tongue moment. But still, you guys know what I'm saying. How are you going to say that Wan-Bissaka is the worst right back in history? No, again, this dude is inept and he has a lot of improvements to make in terms of his attacking display, but he has shown improvements last season. He's gotten a few crosses into the box, and it has actually found the striker in the box, or it has been in situations where if someone was there and they made a solid header in contact, that would have at least scored or at least hit the target. So he's put balls in positions, whether it's low crosses or high crosses, that is not very high over the striker said or the attacker said, but it's a good enough cross for someone to score from. So again, I don't see why people are bashing Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka has time on his hands to improve. Players' development is not the same with dude. Not everybody is going to be a hold on. Not everybody is going to be a Duncan Edwards that was a world class defender in their young 20s or in their teens for that matter. People are not going to be a Paolo Maldini at a young age. People are not going to be a overlapping Roberto Carlos in their young age. People are not going to be an Alexander Nesta or whatever his name is, Nesta, that plays for AC Milan. Not everybody has the same growth when it comes on to playing. Some players are going to develop faster than others. So it makes no sense for you to write off a player that hasn't even played over 100 games for United as yet to be saying this dude is average. You have no say so on that. You can make an opinion, but if you're stating it as a fact that this dude is never going to be a good defender for United, then that's just you being narrow-minded, being subjective, and you're not willing to accept the fact that he can improve. You're just writing him off because they don't like him, because he's making more money than you. he's more he's more he's more in the open eye than you. Again, this dude doesn't even know some of you guys, but you guys are saying this dude is a wrongful defender. This dude has no time on his hands to improve. As if you're a coach, as if you have ever coached a player. How do you know how a player develops? Do you know? Or just speaking? Do you or do you not know? I can't hear. I hear crickets. I can't hear. I hear crickets. Stop writing off your own players. No, you might not like. I'm not saying you should like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'm not saying that because every person has their own preferences in terms of players and playing styles. So I'm not begging you to like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. You could like Bebe for all I can care. You could like Obatang or Fellaini. What I'm saying is that, given that he's a Man United player, is either you back him or you don't talk about him. If you want to talk bad about the player and he's a United fan and you claim that you're a United fan and he's a United player, then you're not you're genuine, in my opinion, and all of us have opinions. In my opinion, you're not a genuine United fan. You're just not. I've heard people write off Bruno Fernandes by saying this dude is crap. This dude, he gets goals here and there, but what does this dude offer on the ball? Assists, creating chances, and some of these dudes have a way bigger following than me. But at the same token, I'm not going to acquiesce to their opinion because they have a bigger following than me. Again, I know my football, bro. My eyes do not lie. It's me. I don't watch highlights. I watch live matches. And when I watch the match, I watch the players on the ball. So a player doesn't have to be like Ronaldinho in the early 2000s. He doesn't have to be like a Zidane in the early 2000s. If his output, if what he does on the ball is good enough to help United, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So I don't see some of you guys are counting on and discounting the development of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. This dude has time to improve. This dude has time to improve at Manchester United. Some players don't wait until, some players are late bloomers in terms of poverty football or they're early bloomers in poverty football. Some players, it's going to take them a while to grow here, quote unquote, here on their chest until they're like in their mid 20s. Some players haven't even started growing here on their chest, figuratively speaking, of course, until like they're in their late teens as a player. So I discount some of you guys saying that, man, Wan-Bissaka is just, I don't think this dude is going to make it at Manchester United because this dude can't even cross the ball. He's not good on the ball. He can't even attack. He's not even good defensively. He can just make slight tackles. Let us take it from this angle then. Let's take it from this angle then. And I'm going to wrap up in the next 5 minutes. Because again, I don't want this video to be longer than 30 minutes. Are you guys aware of how self-improvement, I'm pretty sure some of you guys know Tony Robbins. Is that his name? Tony Robbins? A self-help coach. Do you know the MO of self-help? Or even if you're a social worker or a psychologist or whoever. If you work in self-help, helping persons to improve their lives, whether it's their psychology, their mentality, their physicality, or their sociology. Do you know what you have to do to improve one's life? It's just by this statement: playing by their own strengths. Playing by their own strengths. It's me. Owning up to the fact that yes, I might be deficient in some cases, in some qualities. But here's the thing, bro. Every player, and everyone for that matter, has a strength. So, back to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka has the strength of slight tackling, making tackles. So what if he makes that his bread and butter in football? So what if he makes that his bread and butter in football? At least he's good at something. I mean, look at Bale, bro. Bale made a career. Yes, Bale can score goals, but Bale made a career for literally kicking the ball past the play and running after it. I don't hear nobody saying, man, Bale, it's all about the pace, no dribble. It's all about the pace. Why? Because he was scoring goals. He had the output to back up what he was doing. Again, Wan-Bissaka had the most slight tacklings last season, I think, in his first season at Manchester United as well. I'm not sure. But still, he has a high degree of slight tacklings. Look at Kante. Kante is not the best player on the ball. Kante can ping a pass over the top anyway. He's not a chance creator. What he does is to recover, to cover ground, to protect the back four and make tackles, make interceptions. I don't see Kante getting the same energy. I don't see Chelsea fans saying, man, Kante is not good enough on the ball. This dude, if he doesn't make interceptions, this dude is not a good player. I'm not seeing this dude getting the same energy as Wan-Bissaka. So are you just leveraging this energy, this negative, destructive, subjective energy at Wan-Bissaka? Because if you're going to make that claim on the name of Wan-Bissaka, why not, bro, man, save that energy for Kante, man. Kante ain't any different. Kante is not, bro, as good as Kante is, because I'm a front supporter. Man, Kante stay in his lane, bro. Kante don't come out of his lane, bro. You don't see Kante making no 30-yard shots. You don't see Kante trying to do a Lionel Messi dribble from the halfway line into the 18-yard box. This dude stays in his lane. He accepts his deficiencies and he plays on his strengths. That's what any player does. Now, again, players are different. Some players were not given the gifted capabilities, the abilities, the potentialities to tackle and to be very good on the ball at the same time. Wan-Bissaka knows that. At the same token, this dude in his young 20s has time to improve. And I think United should be more accepting, United fans specifically, needs to be more accepting of this dude's potential. People are just writing off people because they haven't unleashed their put full potential in their first 2 seasons at a club or in their first 2 seasons in their young football career. And I think that's just shallow, superficial. I just think it's shallow and superficial. A player needs to play to his strengths. That's what Wamisaka is trying to do. And at the same token, he's trying to improve other aspects of his game. So I don't see why some of you guys are writing him off as if he's like the finished article, like he's no longer a work in progress. That's not what football is about. Didier Drogba became a good striker at the age of 26. Jamie Vardy, who came in the Premier League late, started balling at the age of 27, if not 26. By the age of 26, some players were past their peak, like Rooney at the age of 26. And at that same age, players were getting in their prime at the age of 26. Some players haven't even started to do good, decent things on the ball after the age of 26. So I think it's disrespectful for some of you Man United fans to be writing off Wan-Bissaka when this dude hasn't even played over 100 games for United as yet. This dude is young, he has time to improve. Look at Trent Alexander-Arnold, I guess his rival positionary player. So cause see here's the thing. On one side you have Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool that is very good attacking wise. In terms of his defensive display, he's very woeful, he's very poor, but he gets a good decent amount of criticism. But with Wan-Bissaka now, his attacking defensive display is woeful, but his defensive display is pretty good. So on both sides, Wan-Bissaka, no, this is Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is good where Trent Alexander is deficient, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is good where Wan-Bissaka is deficient. Is different of the same coin. So again, if you are like a scientist, and you put two pills together, that is a defensive pill and the attacking display pill of Wan-Bissaka and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you mix them together, then you basically get Cafu. You basically get Cafu and Roberto Carlos. But in all seriousness, some of you guys should not write off players that haven't come of age as yet in football. I think it's just petty. If you hate the guy, own up to the fact that you hate the guy and don't want him to improve. Say that with your mouth. Raise your hand right now to yourself and say, okay, you're right, bro. I hate Wan-Bissaka and I don't want the dude to improve. If you say that, I give you at least a immense amount of respect because you own up to the fact that you don't like Wan-Bissaka and you don't want the dude to improve. But if you're saying that this dude is a foregone conclusion and he has no room to improve because he's not good enough for Manchester United, shoot. If you want to go there, I'll go there. A lot of Man United players were not good for Man United and they stayed longer than they should have at the club, but they did something decent. They became cult heroes. Jason Park wasn't good for Man United in terms of his technical display, but again, he was known for his output, his work rate. He was good on the ball, but that's not his main MO on the ball. If on the ball, period. So again, if you want to take from that angle, bro, you have to be objective and look at other players. Right? Again, Wan-Bissaka, he's not the best right back. He's an old-fashioned right back that is good defensively, but his attacking output is very questionable. Yes, you can say that. At the same token, you cannot say this dude is a foregone conclusion. This dude is a ripe mango that cannot. This dude is a young mango that cannot be ripe. He can be ripe if he comes of age, and you guys should be more accepting of that. So I don't know why I have to do this brief admonishment to some of you Man United fans, given that Jadon Sancho just signed for Manchester United. It should have been a very sunny day of praise, commemoration, and celebration for Jadon Sancho with the bringing home of Jadon Sancho as if he is from the academy like Paul Pogba. It's a sunny day, yeah, but man, I had to get in you guys' grills, man, because you guys, man, talking about, man, Aaron Bissaka ain't good, man. I don't think this dude is good for Manchester United. Well, Man United is not going to sell Wan Bissaka. Not for now, anyway. So the best thing you can do is to back the dude. If you ain't go back the dude, then shut the hell up. Do Shut the hell up or back the development of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Just one of those two you do. Just one of those two things you do, man. Anyway, Jadon Sancho has signed for Manchester United. It's official, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be beneficial for Manchester United moving forward. I'm out.